Right, please open SOLIDWORks, a new sketch in a part file. Sketch on the front plane, center circle, and a box. Select the four corners of the box by pressing the Ctrl. Right click it and convert it to construction. When you do that, you will see that the solid lines will become a dotted line. What I'm going to do now is make it a global variable, which means that you can change it whenever you like. And you'll get the sigma value if you have done it correctly. Once I have the frame, I'm going to roughly sketch it without dimensioning to improve my speed. I'd like to use the first arc type, which is the center point arc, where you specify an arbitrary center point and then the two sides. We can change the center point, we can drag and drop it later on and continue with the rest of the lines and arcs. Again, an arbitrary point. I don't want to commit myself and say that the center point of this arc is going to lie in a line, although it is specific to this case. It might not look same, but that's what we're going to do. Just going to drag and drop it. And then we could start dimensioning. You can dimension the angle between the lines. If you want to create dimension between points, you have to select those 2 points. Oops, I made a mistake. It should be in an angle. So what I do is I click on the coincident green color box, delete it, and put an angle of 10. Now, I have to make it tangent. So let me put the radius. Click both of the entities by holding Control and make it a tangent. So it flows nice. And dimension the other parts. You can always click escape if you had made a wrong selection. Pressing Smart Dimension again and again would reduce your speed, so I recommend you press Enter. Enter in SOLIDWORKS is your previous option. So for example, if you had dimensioned something before, if you press Enter, it will automatically start dimensioning. And you can see that option by the small cursor next to your mouse. Be careful when you're dimensioning. You can always drag and drop it. When it's blue lines, you can always do that. So what I did there was I made sure the center point of that arc lies in the line, which is 19 millimeters above the horizontal. And then I start dimensioning. These two arcs should be in tangent. The 5 radius arc and the straight line should be in tangent as well, but I'm going to do that later on. It's important that you go in a pattern, for example, in a clockwise way, so then you don't really miss any dimensions. Now we can verify if everything is completed by checking the color of the lines. Some lines are blue, some lines are black. We want all black color lines. Now I'm checking the dimensions if I had missed a couple or two, three. I forgot to make that tangent, so select both those entities and make it a tangent, and we have our first sketch.